Hello. It's good to see you again, Spyro. That naughty sorceress has stolen the professor's rocket plans, and I'm on a secret mission to find them. Handel was supposed to meet me here, but I can't find him anywhere. Maybe you could help.
Now we're fighting Dragoon Rhinos. Which actually sounds pretty terrifying when you think about it. Oh no, Mr. Red. That means it's awful, doesn't it? These guys are respawning, too. Interesting. I have memories of a fight I didn't enjoy here, but I'm not sure where it was exactly. We haven't found it yet, so... Worth it! I'm not sure, Blatical. Damn. Yes. So, I don't know if I've ever told you this story, Alex. Once upon a time, I used to work in retail. This is quite a while ago, during and immediately after high school, specifically. But I was also working retail during the holiday season. And I say without hyperbole or joking that I learned how to tune out audio because of working that job during that period of time. Because the boss, I don't know if you do it at your grocery store, but where we were at, we had a CD player which was tied in to the overall speakers, and you just put in whatever. And so the boss had a custom Christmas CD, which he would just play on loop all day, for months. So the best piece of advice I could give you is to learn how to mentally filter out the noise. Oh, I murdered his face off. And then I replaced his terrible music with one of my own. Gotta have my terrible music playing. You know how it is. I'm actually barely joking. One night, well, after we'd closed and I was doing the, the closing of the store, one of the things I did was I put on one of my CDs of music I had actually made and just kind of let that play. It was pretty cool. How was that job? It was okay. It kind of sucked until I just started keeping a book with me by the register. Then I could just sit there and stand there and read while I waited for customers to come up. Let me tell you, that led to some interesting conversations with my bosses.
It looks like you'll have to use this cannon to get across here. Simply climb aboard. As for me, I just have to free my mind.
Yes, you're from the Matrix, I get it. That's a little... okay. That's a weird thought. That means this game came out after The Matrix. Which I suppose makes sense. The Matrix actually came out quite a while ago. Reminder, The Matrix is an old film. In fact, The Matrix can vote. And I think run for Congress. I'm not sure of the specifics on that. Okay, apparently can't run for Congress yet. Ah, bad. Soon. It is pretty 90s. I like how his corpse just vanishes instantly rather than explodes or anything, really. You know my favorite thing about the Matrix soundtrack? If you went out and bought the CD, you'd get a whole bunch of songs that played during the credits. And very few songs that played during the movie. In fact, I think it was literally none. Like, if you went out and bought the official Matrix soundtrack CD, you would get all the licensed music, not the actual soundtrack. God, that pissed me off. I threw that CD away, by the way. Just to really show my disdain for it. Yep, this is the mission I remember hating. I knew it, Mr. Red. I knew it. I apparently just don't like good things. Because this is not the first time someone's been like, this is a beloved classic, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You'll have to use this combo power-up to take out these fire dragons. It will allow you to super fly and super flame at the same time.
Alright, hold up. What is Django linking me here? Well, it's a video, so I'll have to look at it later, but... is that seriously a Morrowind-based KOTOR make? D-make? Side make? I don't know. Yep, I remember this mission, and I remember hating its face-off. Statement that is unlikely to change. Notice I can't even catch up to the guy before he already starts regenerating. He's just going way too fast for me. You know, this probably wouldn't suck so much. I mean, the controls suck and the aiming sucks and everything about that sucks, but, you know, at least it would be something you just kind of push through. If they didn't regenerate... Good question, Django. Ask me again after I give a new negative to this boss fight I'm going through right here. I'm not even talking about the fact that... Okay, one of these is red and one of these is blue, in an area constantly lit up with red and blue lights. Which means anybody with any kind of color sensitivity whatsoever is going to have trouble seeing which one's which, especially given how quickly they're moving by in some cases. I don't have that problem personally, but I can see that being a problem very easily. Oh no, they do. Look for a green flash on the blue guy in just a second. There it is. You see that? I effectively hit blue on accident. Oh yeah, so... I don't know if I ever explained this to you, Mr. Red, in specific, but I actually deliberately made sure this would be a game we'd be playing when Dragonflight came out, because the thought amused me. It doesn't really mean anything. Vague theming. Still, I thought it'd be funny. You also notice the hitbox for what we're aiming at actually gets smaller the lower health they are, because, duh. Which means they have a higher chance of regenerating when they're lower on health. That's ignoring how fast they are and how maneuverable they are. If they weren't doing set patterns in their movement, that would be probably another negative. As is, this is guaranteed a negative. This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, I'm also taking damage while doing this, so if I die, which I very much can do, we get to start over. Remember, pausing to go heal gives them chance to regenerate, because they regenerate over time, and apparently he's got 1 health left. Nope, apparently he's got 1 health left now. Okay, he still has 1 health left. Is he just... Why is he still alive? Let's get health here ourselves. Now we got the red one. Jesus. What the hell were they thinking? I mean, I know what they were thinking. They were thinking, let's pad this out as much as possible to make people keep playing our game. Started to wonder if there's some legitimate psychology going on with that, you know? This game is longer, therefore I will trick myself into thinking it's more valuable of a game, or that I enjoyed it more than I did. You know, actually psychologically manipulative kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just a thought that's occurred to me a few times. I will admit to my deep shame that that actually hit me once. Literally once, actually. someone was describing the Final Fantasy series, and it's hard to describe this because it's one of those things where it wasn't a deliberate connection with the length. It was just, they were talking about how such and such a game was better than the other ones. And in the course of that discussion, one of the things they mentioned was how long the game was. And that led to me automatically, and without actually thinking about it, getting defensive and saying, well, no, I think this other game is much longer. And the defensiveness there is the key part, because I was defending a game I liked by saying it was longer. Think about that for a second. This is... I mean, as usual, the problem, Blade Taval, is the very existence of the length of the game shouldn't really be the factor. Length itself is not a metric, a valid metric, in my opinion, any more than volume of food is a valid metric, as I've used that exact comparison before. I lost him. There we go. I don't agree, Blade Taval, because you're trying to argue that what you're saying, Blade Taval, let's put this in direct language. What you're saying is more good is better. But if you're paying attention, that has nothing to do with the length of the game. It has everything to do with the fact that there is more good, not more length. More quality is good. I agree with that. But more length has nothing to do with anything. Do you see why this is so important and why I hammer this point in constantly? In fact, I'm not even going to jot down this as a highlight reel, because we've actually already talked about this exact same topic during the Spyro 3 highlight reel. So I'm just going to let that sit there. Replayability is important, too. FF6 is a longer game than Chrono Trigger, but Chrono Trigger is a much more replayable game. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Come on. Oh, Jesus. I almost died this far into the fight. And had to start... I almost just had to start over from scratch, if you were paying attention to that. Negative replayability? Yeah, 1 for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. It's the only one we've ever given a negative to replayability for. I forget the exact specific reasoning on it. I'd have to go pull up the review page on the website, lorerunner.com.
Have this. I fished it out of the molten lava.
Ugh. Thank God that's over with.
Those monsters.
Ironically, Bravely Default I don't think would get a negative for replayability. I think it would just get a negative for flat-out repetition. Just... yikes, you know? And yes, I know things are slightly different each time, but in many cases, they really aren't. Ah, thank you, Dream Whisperer. Dream Whisperer had figured out the mythical origins of the website. Yeah, 3... How many games can you think of that you have to go through a boring intro before you get to the good stuff on replays? I can think of a couple games like that. That also leads to the comment, I'm going to leave a save point at X mark, because I want to start from that point, you know? And just leaving that save there.
It looks like the sorceress has already used the plans to build her own rocket. We have to destroy it. Just follow me.
Okay. Majora's Mask is a perfect example of that. Ironically, Majora's Mask's intro is good, but it really falls apart on repeat playthroughs.
He must have been trying to put it into orbit.
If you remember, we had to ding that and plus that, I believe, when it came to Majora's Mask. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 is another perfect example.
Handle, tell him I've gone back to Evening Lake to finish work on the professor's rocket.
So it's in the highlight reel, Mr. Red. But the difference now is Moneybags is actually being well written and being used better, narratively speaking. As opposed to just being, hi, I'm an asshole who the whole joke is that I'm rich. They're actually doing something with him as a character. Examples of the opposite. So, a game where you love replaying the intro and hate replaying the rest of the game. Neverwinter Nights 1 Vanilla Campaign. Because I love to replay Act 1 of Neverwinter Nights. A lot. And then you get to Act 2. The RPG, the one that came out after Baldur's Gate. Yeah, Persona 5 would qualify too. Kamoshida's Palace is bar none the best part of that entire game, narratively and gameplay-wise. Yeah, what's funny, it's not just best intro, Django. It's intro that then drops off in quality the moment you leave the intro. So you only really want to replay the intro of the game. Like, you just replay Act 1 or Stage 1 or World 1 or whatever. And then you're like, well, I'm good. And then you put it down again. Unfortunately, I have not. I actually own all of them, Spartan. And yes, I know I could probably stream Baldur's Gate on the Switch. That occurred to me. But let's not let Django know that, because he might get ideas. I was gonna say, honestly, the idea of playing Baldur's Gate with a controller fills me with a terror I can't really properly describe. I mean, that is ironically the same thing I meant, Dream Whisperer, but apparently I need to learn how to be more verbose. Oh, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. You probably don't remember this, Dream Whisperer, but earlier this very year, I was asked to be a little bit more verbose in the specific write-ups of some of the positives and negatives. It's also one of the reasons we label them nowadays. Because I used to just be like, yep, it's a thing. How? How is that even possible, Gregoris? What kind of witchcraft is required to make... Okay, anyways. The thing over here. 30. I don't even know what that game is, Alex. I have tried a Steam control. I didn't care for it.
I think I can see an egg behind you, but it's out of reach. You'll have to take the long way around through these Rhinox to get to it.
Okay. Cool. All on the controller too, Jago. Just to add to things. And as you're going through, you accidentally encounter that one group of, like, the hired goons in the second zone of Baldur's Gate 1. Die to them, restart. Rinse and repeat 15 times. God, that would be such a terrible stream. Oh, that'd be awful. Reminds me of some of the Challenge Runner streams I've seen. Where they do, you know, insane, I have to restart everything if anything screws up at any point in time streams. Which usually last weeks, or in some extreme cases, months. I have a Steam Deck, Act. However, yes, that would make me buy that controller. Unless that's what you meant, in which case, ignore me. But that would make me say it's the best portable PC ever, but it would still be inferior to the Switch in every way! And let me get my Nintendo money here. Good afternoon, Evo. Oh yeah, by the way, Mr. Ed, the answer to your question really is FF14. It is by far the longest game on the site that has the sushi tag. Like by a mile. This tea is so amazing. Nintendo themselves reached out to me. Miyamoto showed up at my door and says, I know you love story, but listen, have you considered drinking this tea? And I've just stopped caring about story ever since he made me drink it. It's weird. Oh. Yeah, WoW will surpass FF14. So being honest, the actual answer to your question is World of Warcraft. If you want a non-MMO answer, I have no idea. I would have to do some cross-referencing, because I don't keep track of those pieces of information on the same spreadsheet. non-MMO that'll pass Persona 5 in length? No. I have no idea, Alex, at this point. I wonder how I do highlights for an MMO. That's a good question. Hey, Mr. Red. I would like to bring forth your greatest nightmare. See, what's going to be funny is if I do get to a point of being able to financially hire Mr. Red to do my highlights reel, his job interview is going to be doing a highlights reel of FF14. I say job interview, that's the wrong way to put that. His first job, his first project will be that. Get to it! I could go finish the game now, yes. But nobody actually wants to see me stream Bard still. In fact, I bet you money... I was obviously joking, but let's stop joking for a second. How many of you want to bet that nobody's ever even heard of the Bard's Tale? Or if they have... they might not have heard of the specific version I'll be playing.
Spyro, we urgently need your help. The evil cat wizards of Velinia have stormed our castle.
Cat wizards?
Captured our princess. If we don't stop them right away, they'll force her to marry Prince Asriel.
Okay, sure. That might as well be a thing. Well, I mean, haven't you ever played Super Mario Brothers, Evo? Speaking of which, I should answer some questions. So, Evo says, how far do I want the city to sprawl in the Diablo rewrite? I'm not going to make you do more than you feel comfortable doing. But the idea would be for it to effectively fill the screen, other than the part that, you know, is the edge. Now, if that's too much work, well, that sucks, but we can go ahead and put a limit on it. Ooh, this is an interesting thing that happened.
Spyro, we urgently...
However, if you want to pull a Fog of War, I'm not going to argue against it. Because after all, I want you to do the same damn thing for the Hells, too. So... do what must be done, Evo. Is Dr. Winter here? I don't know. I think Dr. Whoa, Jesus. Most realistic way? The evacuation ship shows up, Act.
Hurry, Spyro! If we don't get to the castle right away, the princess will be forced to marry that loser, Prince Asriel.
Haven't you... okay. So what makes him a loser? Like, I'm just curious. Oh, Jesus. Curious, really. Artificial research into artificial souls. Act would be the other answer. So what I'm hearing, Evo, is never ask you to do backgrounds again. I could do that. I can make do with other images. In fact, if you want to axe doing the backgrounds immediately, we can do that. And just stop using the backgrounds, your backdrops, entirely. Okay. Done. Go ahead and move on to just doing portraits. I've got a couple of other ideas for things I can do with backgrounds. See you around, Yada. Let's see here. Interesting. No, I am, however, a good manager, Evo. So, it's taken you a very long time to do both of the backdrops that I've been asking you to do so far, and I've only been tasking you with 3 backdrops so far, of which we're probably going to have close to 30. So, from a simple workflow perspective, it makes the most sense to go ahead and back away from that. If it is that time-consuming and that difficult for you to do, then the smart time management thing to do here would be to go ahead and axe the feature. That's just good management. So, I'll figure something else out. No worries. I was planning to do something else anyways until you popped in and said, hey, can I draw for this? So. Hey, Hazardous. That's a good question, Act. I don't really care if it turns out really well, if it's A, a waste of time, and B, mentally and physically strenuous to the person who worked on it, in this case, Evo. Ruminations may be the best thing ever, but if they caused me actual stress and mental harm, then that's not good. Right?
Well, Spyro, today is your lucky day. The wizards and I have worked out a little deal. If you simply pay a small toll, they'll be happy to raise these steps and let you pass. Suit yourself, Spyro. But every time I think of that poor, poor fairy princess being captured by those villainous wizards, I simply break down in tears. You have chosen wisely, Spyro. I'll tell the wizards to raise the steps immediately. Oh, and best of luck rescuing that princess, or whatever it is you're up to.
Need I say more, Mr. Red? If you don't ask, Ross, then I will have to horrifically murder you. See? Look at that. Spyro asked. Or didn't ask, rather. And look what happened to Spyro. What? Correct, Ross. This is my double jump, if you could call it that. Which I wouldn't, because it totally isn't. So tell you what, Evo. As a...
No time to lose. Prince Azrael and his cat armies are about to steal our poor princess.
Tell you what, Evo. I'll compromise with you. Here's what we're gonna do. Do me a favor and deprioritize all the background stuff to the very bottom of the list. That is death water. Nothing indicated that that was instant death water. I couldn't even jump out of that. Okay. Look at that and tell me that's death water. What the hell was I saying? Got it. Okay, Evo. Right, yes. Okay. So, I don't want you working on a single landscape until all the portraits are done. Deal?
I just saw Prince Azrael run into the castle. We have to stop him before he reaches the princess.
And that's true, Hazardous. Although, talking head videos used to be extremely common. In fact, they used to be one of the most common forms of video on YouTube, which is one of the earliest bits of mockery I used to get back in the day, because I've always been a talking head on YouTube. Look at one of my ruminations, Ect. That's a talking head. It is, ironically, pretty much exactly what it sounds like.
Hi, Spyro. Isn't Prince Azrael just the dreamiest? The other fairies and wizards won't let us get married, so we're going to elope. By the way, Azrael says you can have this egg if you don't tell anyone where we went.
What? Also, look at his motorcycle. I actually am lost for words on that, so we're just gonna move on. Yeah, anybody who wears black is obviously a metalhead. I knew it, Hazardous. I mean, they're better than me anyways, Hazardous. That doesn't really bother me all that much.
Good day, Spyro. I'd like to stay and chat, but I'm late for an engagement with a fairy friend of mine. Just a friend, you understand. Strictly platonic relationship. Certainly not a violation of military protocol whatsoever. What are you giving me that look for?
I don't give a crap if you're dating a fairy, dude.
Where have you been, James? We were supposed to meet in the temple an hour ago. And don't give me that old matters of national security line again. I guess it doesn't matter, though. The whole temple is full of nasty cat witches anyway. We'll just have to call off our date. That is, unless you want to battle the witches.
Well, you know what they say about the power of boners. Damn it.
So, I see those rocket launchers aren't just for show after all. Well, I just hope your accuracy is better than your punctuality, because there are still a lot more witches in the temple.
Can't hit this frog. Need this frog. There we go.
I must admit, James, I am impressed. There are still a few witches left, though. And
Oh my god.
business.
Yeah, Deadly Blue Ooze. Got it. Oh, sorry, you asked a question, Sierra Mike, but I didn't see it. I was in the middle of telling Evo to stop wasting time on something that is my fault. I assume you mean the concept and not literally someone put some fire to it, right, Sierra Mike? Because my very first and immediate thought is burn notice.
James. Oh, I knew you weren't the leader of the hummingbird resistance movement for nothing. Now we have the temple all to ourselves. But first, I have a present for you.
It's sex. So, are you looking for, like... I'm not sure what you're looking for, Sierra Mike. If you're looking for, like, a graphical template, what I would do in that case is I would literally just write out the full document and then apply some burn effect to it and literally delete portions of it. But it doesn't sound like that's what you're going for. I suppose the same principle could apply to the idea of if you're trying to look for which information should be available. What damage this level? Well, that's death. It's funny you mentioned that, because I was going to go ahead and give one of the first brickwork positives I felt in the entire game, because the last two levels felt like they actually did some decent brickwork. Brickwork work. It's what's for work. So, we're going to do something weird here. We're going to pause the game. We're going to go play WoW for a minute. Ah, yes. Precious, precious WoW. Truly the food of the gods. That'll be Zalosh. Hopefully that won't show up on top of everything. Nope, it didn't. We're good. And it looks like I already muted the game. Perfect. One of the things you could do, Sierra Mike, is ask in Discord for someone. Like, basically throw together the original document and then toss it as an image file into Discord and be like, hey, can anyone burn this up for me? I'm not going to promise to do that myself. My schedule is extremely full, as is evidenced by the fact that I'm playing WoW during another stream. But that is something I could actually do. All right, Mr. Red, you ready for this? I want you to tell me where I am. God damn it, did I literally just miss it? I just missed it by like 20 seconds. You gotta be kidding me with this. Is it just Ngoro? It is just Ngoro. I am in Ngoro. However, I would accept a, just a generic, you're in a vanilla zone answer. Because the thing here is, for those of you not aware, a lot of the WoW vanilla music actually cross-pollinates across zones. So they'll use the exact same song for multiple zones. So I've found that most people tend to associate a given song with one specific of the like 4 zones that plays it. So they hear this and they think that. The Westfall music is probably the most obvious example of that. Now that's not true anymore in Kata. In Kata they actually made it so each zone has its own distinct stuff. But you still hear bits and pieces of it when you hear the vanilla songs. So we're just going to leave that on in the background. And we're going to get back to Spyro. We'll wait for the respawn. What was I talking about? Oh, I already told Sierra Mike. Yeah, okay, so let's see here. Hang on. Let me hit the question queue while I'm thinking about it. Let's delete everything except for Dr. Winter's question. Hang on. How do you do highlights for an MMO? The same way you do highlights for anything else, honestly. It's the same mentality, it's just there's more there. That's why I have never asked Mr. Red... like, even with a hint of sincerity, I've never asked Mr. Red to do that. The only way I would ever ask him to do that is if I was paying him. I would make the hard edge the edge of the city, Evo. The point is that people, especially non-angels, are supposed to be able to, you know, walk around and function. I was actually thinking about it. In a true, you know, infinite money scenario, what I would probably do is I would have 4 people working on the highlights reels. And the idea would be for them to rotate a little bit. So, I'm playing Spyro right now. So, person A would be responsible for clipping sections of the reel, which person 1 would be responsible for then editing together. While they're doing that, I'm gonna die, because this is terrible. While they're doing that, person B and person 2 are either taking a break or are working on the previous game, Spyro 2 in this case. And I would split up the job of clipping and actually editing like that. And like I said, have them hand off projects across that. So the next game, Bard's Tale, would be person B and person 2's job to then set up. So you've never heard my opinion on Classic WoW. That's really surprising to me, because I've talked about it so much that I've actually had viewers complain about my opinions about Classic WoW. So I'm going to be as absolutely nice about it as I possibly can. I would rather eat rusted nails than play Classic WoW. I'm happy that there are people who enjoy it. Really. And I do absolutely think it should exist for the purposes of historical... not going away? I don't know what to call that all of a sudden. I'm tired. Archiving, thank you. So, historical archiving? Absolutely. And there are people who enjoy it, and that's awesome. Preservation's a good word, too. But if you donated for a WoW Classic run, I would not play it. Which, if you're wondering the significance of that statement, it means you literally cannot pay me to play that game. However, I will still take WoW Classic over EverQuest, because of course I would. Now, ironically, Classic WoW with the current quality of life features would merely be a bad game. I know that sounds unkind, but I mean it with total sincerity. The content of WoW Classic is still problematic, and there are still issues with it, and there's still a lot of, well, everything wrong with it, right? I mean, the dead zone still exists, for God's sakes. And the dead levels, and just everything to do with Fair Loss and the hinterlands still exists. Plus, there's just, God, like, class balance doesn't exist, and class fantasy doesn't exist at all. Some specs literally don't work properly. There's a laundry list, is what I'm trying to say. But, at least the vehicle, the mechanism of playing the game would be substantially improved. So that'd be nice. It would take a while, Catechus, and that's part of the problem. I will say this. I've said I don't like WoW Vanilla and WoW Classic for years. For years and years and years and years. And then WoW Classic actually came out, and people were like, hey, you gonna do it? I'm like, no, God almighty, no. However, there was this little voice in the back of my head saying, you know, Lore, maybe you're wrong. Maybe WoW Classic is the greatest thing ever, and you're the moron. Now, I hear that voice calling myself a moron all the time. That's pretty normal. But then, a little over a year ago, actually, that's not true, about a year and a half ago now, it's been a while, I sat down to catch some footage, record footage for the World of Warcraft series that has been going live ever since, and will continue doing so until, I think, like, February or something like that. Anyways, as part of getting that footage, one of the things I did was I had to get some footage of WoW Vanilla to catch certain scenes, you know, that don't exist anymore. Just getting that footage was such a colossal hassle and pain and aggravation that it reminded me of why I don't like WoW Vanilla. Honestly, you're probably right, Ross. I probably should sit down. Because it's funny to me how much I tend to forget how many quality of life features WoW has implemented that weren't even around in Wrath, for example. So, one of the things that happened recently, semi-recently, was you could hop into Wrath, make a Death Knight, go through the starter chain, and be rewarded for a mount for your troubles. So Pax and I did that. And God almighty, those quests sucked. I had forgotten that even as of Wrath, which everyone considers to be the best expansion, that there was still a lot of hassles and irritation and frustration, and a lot of quality of life features that did not exist yet. And you're probably thinking, can you name any right now? No, of course I can't, because I'm a moron. But if I sat down and installed WoW Wrath right now, I could sit down and be like, okay, that doesn't work this way, that doesn't work this way, and just literally go down the list. Alright, where's the last one? It's by a ladder. Honestly, I think I should just go this way. See what this does. Actually, I think I know what this does. Yep, no, that's what I thought. Here. Excuse me. It's to my left. Anyways, another random thought about the highlight reels. So earlier today, you may or may not have noticed that I had some troubles doing that stupid, the escort mission, right? In the swamp level with the damn firefly. Now, I didn't have a specific timestamp for that section. Instead, I just put a timestamp there and said, figure it out. And that's pretty much the biggest problem with the highlight reels in a nutshell. Because some things can be pre-planned, and some things can be chopped up, and some things can be, you know, obviously it's a moment, But there's a value in showing, for example, why a bad level sucks. And what that involves is looking at, 15, 10, 20 minutes of footage and picking out the best moments from that to basically make a pseudo-montage before it's finally finished. That takes time. That takes creativity. That takes thought. And more importantly, it takes time. Okay. Oh, the Fireflies was much worse than the Alchemist. No question. Okay, that's done. Don't talk about that anymore. So, X says, according to this, PC gaming drops to a record low of 20% of the global gaming market. Thoughts? Mobile gaming. I'm not even going to check the link because I guarantee you with total certainty that the market, which is the largest market financially, is the mobile market. Am I right? Of course I'm right. It's disgusting. I'm going to say that as bluntly as I possibly can. It's disgusting. This is the Avatar problem all over again. The fact that it's a movie people like doesn't bother me. Hell, the fact that it's a financial success doesn't bother me. The fact that it's one of the most financially successful films of all time severely bothers me. Same thing with Jurassic World. That should not actually be that big. Because, to repeat myself for a little bit here, when something is that financially successful, it has a knock-on effect on everything else. Deathwing, Doncro. Or My Own Dragons, if those count, which they totally do. What is wrong with your eyes?
There's a golden goose at the top of this here mountain. I want to be the first person to the top so I can grab it.
What is wrong with your eyes?
I just bought some Insta-Sprout Ultra Super Grow seeds from a bear with a bag of gems. He said they were magic, but I can't make them do anything. You can have a couple if you like.
Yes, Evo. Yes, that is what a mobile games publisher looks like. Right there. You know my favorite part about all of it? Back to the financial thing for a second. I could at least tolerate, never like, but tolerate how much money mobile games make. If any of that money went to anything good. But you know what that money goes towards. Why do you keep doing that, Spyro? There you go. I mean, if we want to be completely honest, there's two things that money goes towards. Reinvestment, which has a lot of asterisks attached to it, and people who are already rich becoming more rich. It does not fund projects or game development. It does not keep the employees employed. There's no bonuses for the people actually maintain any of that crap. I suppose psychologists are getting plenty of money right about now, so that's something. That's not a joke, by the way. I mean, that's not even new. Psychologists have been hired for years now to make games, excuse me, mobage, as psychologically addicting as possible. So, again, thanks. I hate it. What? Oh, okay. How did you...
I found this egg on the way up here. I think it was laid by a golden goose. We'll have to keep going. We're almost to the top.
That's honestly kind of disgusting, Yura.
You've been doing great so far. Why don't you take 2 more seeds?
Like, that's bothersome. Yes, I work at Wayland-Yutani. But, you know, Wayland-Yutani cares about its employees. We here at Umbrella Incorporated want to make sure that you, the employee, are satisfied, comfortable, and taken care of when it comes to your work experience. Whether developing BOWs or just coming up with a new plague to end humanity. Umbrella Corporation. We're here for you. Oh, and Umbrella Corporation is, of course, carbon neutral. Sorry, that's kind of a roundabout joke. God damn it. Okay. Okay, that was strange. You know what's really funny? I could spend probably about $50 and become carbon neutral. Legally, obviously, not in reality. I could probably get it for less, too. Yeah, what is going on here? Okay, hang on. Managed it once, and then the double jump didn't work. There we go. Oh, Jesus, still almost screwed that up. Yeah, carbon credits, just... I don't want to get off on that topic. That's actually a pretty complex topic, but all I'm going to say is carbon credits. Jesus. Oh, excuse me. Alright, imagine for a moment, Evo, that you do something... Yes, Bella. Imagine for a moment that you do something... I mean that with sincerity, by the way. That you do something that you can then point to and say, hey, look at this. I'm totally carbon neutral. And another company can sell you that. they can sell you the right to legally claim that you are carbon neutral. And then you could use that as a marketing gimmick or a stance or whatever. Some companies, this is a true statement, have actually been polluting more than usual because they have been buying carbon neutrality, buying carbon credits. Remember, carbon credits are a scam. It doesn't actually work that way. For a lot of reasons that would take me a long time to go into. So, in reality land, what's happening is you are being like, oh yeah, no, we're totally good for the environment, are making things worse, and are no longer actively trying to look into a solution to make things better, because why bother? And there's so many things wrong with carbon credits. So many things wrong with carbon credits. Why do carbon credits exist? I'm surprised you don't know the answer to that off the top of your head, but it's very simple. It's because it's a way for companies to claim to acquiesce to certain... So, some countries in the world actually have laws about being carbon neutral or trying to not destroy the environment. Carbon credits is a nice legal loophole way around that. And it's good PR. Lots and lots of companies will sell carbon credits. I'm not going to name names, but there's a corporation out there I'm aware of that actually gets a majority of its income from selling carbon credits. Okay, so I think... What's the point of the flower, though? Oh, I know what the point of the flower is. I think. Hang on. Like I said, I'm not going to name names. You can do your own research. See what you think of that. That's its own thing. That's over there. Honestly, it's more complex of a topic than we have time for. Oh, hold up. He's at 47. Okay, so I'm going to move this here. He's at 45. Am I excited for the Mario film? No. Am I going to go see it? Yes. It is the only film I plan to see in theaters that has come out or is coming out over the next, like, 4 years, I want to say. However, I'm going to admit a lot of that is just down to pure curiosity.
At last! I found the legendary golden
Jeez, it's already down to
goose.
28.
You can have another one of its eggs as a souvenir.
Thanks. $19. And the goose is cooked. Alright. 9. Alright, enjoy the music. While I go kill something. Where's my mouse? There it is. Oh, I ate them all, Evo. Sorry, I was really hungry. Like, just, you don't even know. I was starving. And I've told you before how delicious dragons are, right? Like, I can't help it. If dragons didn't want to be eaten, then they should have been less delicious. Have I mentioned that I love the fact that we just get the hunt regardless of which covenant we're in? I was already a Night Fae, but it's nice to just kind of keep that, you know? Okay, this won't take long. It's already at 57%. Alright, everybody, if you want me to play less WoW today, I want you all to send your energy to make the one drop I need actually drop here, alright? Everyone, get your, like, spirit bomb, whatever going on. Hey, you ever want to hear what a WoW raid sounds like? I'm not even sure how many people are here. There's quite a few. Alright, here we go. This is it. This is it. Dramatic pause. I actually got it. Holy crap. I actually got it. Okay, so hang on. So... Where's, Hang on. So, I actually explained this the other day. I'm trying to get a I have successfully gotten a trinket, which is going to be for the WoW run. But it's a timed event, because of course it is. Alright, hang on. I need to... Stop that real quick. Where did I put that? No, it is FOMO. It's just, I was thinking about that. I was talking about it with PAX. It's FOMO on the game side, not on my side. The game doesn't get credit for it, though, if you know what I mean. It should be on Nox. Up. Switch characters. Yeah, that is such... I was expecting that, Monobrand. I was legitimately expecting them to be like, oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll be able to get them. Even though everything we've said up until now is that it's event only. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Evo says, how do you want me to mark the edge? So I suppose a railing would be the best option. So let's go with a railing. I like that answer. You know what really irritates me, Mr. Red? I know you haven't played Dragonflight, and I don't expect you to. The new talent system is so good, it's possible it's going to get like 3 pluses just for the interface of the talent system. Not for the talents. Not for the talents per spec, and not for the talents per class, just the interface. It is insanely good. It is bonkers how good it is, and how we've just kind of lived without this level of quality in interface, HUD, and quality of life design for years. Like, just at a glance. The talent interface, yeah, the talent interface was basically wasn't before Euro. It's a simple way to put that. It was like, here's your talents, and then you could respec, and that was kind of it. There was some good mouse over, but that was it. Here, like, just to name an example, let's say that I've got... Shut up, Evo. Let's say I'm looking at my talent trees right now. I'm on a druid. It's like, you know what? I don't want that talent. I want that one. So rather than having to reset the entire talent system or anything, I can literally right-click up to a certain point up the tree, and then click my way back down to the other tree. I don't have to redo all the talents, just the ones I was trying to do right at the top. If I make a mistake, I can hit a button and instantly redo it. I can redo all my talents like that. I can search for specific talents. I can search specifically for abilities that are missing from my action bar. I can save per loadout. I can export my loadout, which also means all talents are saved as a text string, which can then be shared in any way, anywhere. So I could literally be like, hey, this is my build, and you could punch that into your system and your computer and have my exact build. And that's completely ignoring just... like, the sheer visibility and user-friendliness of it. It's absolutely insane how good this interface is. Forgive me for gushing, but you know me, interface design is something I'm really, really big on. In any game. In any genre. And they just kind of nailed it here. There we go, okay. Give me my frickin' trinket, please. Oh, that's cool. Here, anybody want to see something vaguely cool? World of Warcraft, Dream Whisperer. I'm going to show you something vaguely cool. There we go. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Gabong! I got the thing. Let's make sure that's there. Okay, that's actually better. And that's the trinket. Int agility strength, so it covers all specs. Your spells and abilities have a chance to usher in primal magics, dealing damage to enemies and buffing allies. Rough proc time, once per minute, which is average. But that is a very good heirloom trinket, which is why I wanted it. And now to never play WoW again. The end. Yes, those actually... I can't believe you noticed that, Yura. Yes, those are Zulaban trinkets. And by trinkets, I mean shoulders. Alright. So let's play the game I've actually been paid to play here. What was I doing? What was I doing? Killing all the foos. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, I actually spent a long time on my druid's outfit because I didn't want a traditional druidy outfit, and I felt like the troll armor matched really well for it. And yeah, I agree, a lot of the Zulaban armor is just pretty legit in general. In fact, my tank suit for the longest time on my warrior was also based off Zulaban armor. So what you're saying, Mr. Red, is that you owe me a highlight reel of the Mass Effect series. Fascinating. Didn't I already... No, I didn't, did I? Yes, the Zulaban are here. Would be funny, really. This is entirely too tight of a jump to have an enemy at the end of it that attacks the moment I get there. At a moment which I cannot attack because I'm trying to make the jump. Oh, Jesus, that timing. Okay. Hi, Arcaden. Okay. How the hell do I get up there? I'm okay with mundaneness, and I'm okay with fanciness, Evo. You're the graphic designer. I leave it entirely in your hands with no direction, assistance, or aid whatsoever. Probably because a lot of people tried back in the day, and all of them failed. You ever heard of Two Worlds? No, of course you haven't. Don't lie to me. I absolutely do not know what you mean, Mr. Red. But I will say that I would wait until Dragonflight is at least out and patched a little bit, because another little fun fact about the event going live, you might be thinking, Laura, what took you so long to get the items for that? Why, Evo? Anyways, it's the elemental event, right? So that's the intro. Elemental event. So you've got this big elemental thing of the 4 elements, and so there's 3 zones in which the 4 elements occasionally rotate through. Now, let's see if anybody here could successfully graduate from kindergarten. Can anybody tell me the problem with this problem? How the hell? Now, if you're having issues, the rotation is random, but the rotation, which is already a problem WoW has had for a long time. But there's another problem. The rotation is taking into account a 4th zone, which isn't triggering. Now, I don't know the specifics of why that bug is there, and I especially don't know why they haven't fixed it. However, there is a bug where there is a 4th zone, Tears Fall specifically, that should be triggering. That isn't. So, and if you're wondering why that's relevant, it's a lack of polish. It's the exact same problem that we've already had in Shadowlands and BFA. Lack of polish is the problem with those expansions. And there should be no lack of polish in a Blizzard game. Blizzard games are polished games. That's their shtick. Even D2, for as old and terrible as a game is, or StarCraft 1, or Warcraft 2, or whatever, were very polished products. Especially for the day they came out in. Yeah, polish. Polish is why My Little Pony is not a good show. It's why it's an amazing show. Polish is that wonderful little bit of flavor, that extra little oomph that changes something from being good to being amazing. Polish is what separates the greats from the acceptables. Because at the end of the day, is Shadowlands a bad expansion? No. Is BFA a bad expansion? No. Are either of them of the level of quality that should be demanded of a WoW expansion? No. Listen, someone fired a missile at Blizzard, and we're not sure what's going on with that exactly. The Russians say it wasn't them. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Part of the reason I bring this up, too, something I hear a lot, and I don't mean this to call anyone out, but something I do hear a lot, is the idea of, I don't have a problem with unpolished product A, B, or C, because it's not bad. And I do absolutely think that some people get a little bit too negative about things like in this regard. But the fact of the matter is, something that is in such a manner unpolished is simply not going to be up to the level of quality of something that is. I'm saying this so vaguely. I can't tell you how many times I've had someone say, I don't see what people's issues are with insert unpolished game, show, or movie here. That would be awesome, Rex. And the answer, for me at least, is, well, because it's an unpolished work. Right? I mean, it's not bad. It's not. To say it's a bad game, or a bad show, or a bad movie is simply being disingenuous. But it's not what it could be, and it's arguably not what it should be. Yeah, core Nintendo games tend to be very polished. Good example, Yura. It's their shtick! And I hope they don't follow Blizzard's example and stop having that be their shtick. I give up. Yeah, you know what? Dragon Age 2, great example. Is Dragon Age 2 a bad game? No. I mean, its Act 3 sucks, but, you know, it's neither here nor there. Very likely, Spartan. I stand by the statement I made that Halo Reach is the best of the Halo games I played, and I think polish is probably a lot of why. That's super duper not happening. I know, right, Evo? I still have nightmares to this very day. Anyways, I know I've said this before. Hey, I feel like I just bomb jumped that. I feel like I've said this before, but I didn't realize how much of my bad memories of Dragon Age 2 all came from that final act. Just, oh. It's a fun game, Yura. It's an enjoyable romp. Until you get to Act 3. And we were streaming it for the lore run several years ago at this point. Quite a few years ago at this point. And I was getting into it. I was having fun. I was like, yeah, this is great. Cool. Awesome. Great. And then we had Act 3, and it was just like running into a freaking wall. Like, ooh, oh, Jesus Christ. What happened? I mean, I know what happened. 11-month development cycle. That's what happened. Jeez. So, clearly, if...
Hello. I thought you might be hungry.
Thanks. Did you bring any chips?
I'm sorry this happened, but I tried to...
Notice she's out of her robe.
I had to help Spyro rescue the eggs.
You just don't understand.
He could easily...
Bring dragons back to this world soon. All our magic will be lost.
The dragons used to live here?
Yes, this was their original home. But a long, long time ago, the sorceress banished them to the other side of the world. She didn't realize the dragons were the source of all our magic.
Maybe I could convince the dragons to come back, if you let me go.
I'm sorry. I can't.
At least Hunter doesn't piss me off anymore. Credit where credit's due. Although, he could literally fit through those bars! I could fit through those bars, and I'm a giant! Okay. No, I agree with that, Grigoris. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. I shouldn't complain. I apologize. I'll let it go. We still have good games. Life isn't completely horrible. And Act 3 sucks! Okay, we're good, we're good. I know, right, Lord Harribot? It's like, it's a layered cake of bad. You dig down and there's other layers of gluck there.
That's it! I've had enough! I'm going to create a monster to end all monsters! And I'm going to send it out to destroy all the dragons, even the little hatchlings. Yes, it will smash them and crush them and grind them and tear them. Oh, yes. Smear them and smush them and crack them and crease them. Let me out of here, you!
But, won't that kill them?
It doesn't matter, as long as I can still collect their wings.
What? All this time you've only wanted them for their wings?
Of course, you ignorant girl. I need them for a spell so I can live forever.
Wait a second. A spell?
What did you think I was going to do with all those dragons? Open a zoo?
Ooh, if I had my blaster, you'd be singing a different tune. You know what I mean?
You said just keeping them in our world was enough. You never said you had to kill them.
I don't have to kill them. It just stops them from wriggling so much.
You're terrible. I can't believe I ever listened to you.
Stupid, insolent brat. I'll take care of her as soon as I finish off that dragon. Now, where was I? Ah, yes.
Oh, this is gonna get real ugly.
Ah.
Does she have a name? The Rhinox Sorceress? And why are we inside of a skull?
This might be our last stand, Spyro. The sorceress plans to use this monster to destroy every iota of her opposition, beginning with the two of us.
Alas, there is no time for ruminating. A battle awaits us. I will endeavor to assist you by means of a steady provision of combustible projectiles.
You heard him. This is the reason right here. There's no time for ruminating. So Spartan asked a question. What's the current priority for Dealer's Choice? The answer is null, because I'm not really spending any right now. I have plenty of games in the queue. Even Dealer's Choice games. Whoops. Oh, that's interesting. I remember this. Okay. Because she doesn't have a name, Mr. Red. The big villain is named the Sorceress. Could you imagine if the big villain of Star Wars was just called the Emperor? It'd be terrible. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stun locked. Stun locked. Oh Jesus. Oh, I am Spartan, but that's a very, very long block. And I have months of streams already funded. So even if I was to, like, make Dragon Age happen right now, it wouldn't happen until, like, May or something. Maybe April. Now, time to go to Midnight Mountain. The most evil place of all evil. To ever evil.
Hi, Bianca. Did you bring any more food? I'm starving.
How did you...
There's no time for that, Hunter. We have to stop the sorceress. She's gonna kill all the dragon hatchlings.
Wait a minute. Why should I trust you? This could be another trap.
You're in a cage, you furry numbskull. How can I trap you? By letting you out.
Thank you, Bianca.
I don't know. You sorceress types can be sneaky.
I never thought we were going to hurt the dragons. Come on, we don't have time for this.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a good answer. The Zelda block. First of all, I'm extremely interested in the Zelda block in general. And second of all, Breath of the Wild 2 is something we're staring at now. So, welcome to Evil Land.
Spyro, I know you don't trust me, but I want to help you stop the sorceress.
Okay.
There's a way to open a hidden portal to her lair, but it'll take some very strong magic. If you can find more of the dragon eggs, I think my magic will be strong enough to open the portal. I'll come find you when you have enough eggs, okay?
Okay, I have enough eggs. Because the number I need is 100. Damn it, Vigilant, why are you so evil? Explain yourself, sir. This dragon's name is Saki. If that was an E instead of an I would be very confused and concerned. Yeah, can we play as her during one of these sections? I mean, most of the side characters have been fun to play as, but like, you know? Just think, Mr. Ed, we could finish this game today, but we're not going to. Sorry, excuse me.
Well, well, Spyro. Look what I have here. It's a life-size Space Monkey action figure, complete with a fully operational laser. I'd love to let him out so you can play with him, but the sorceress seems to think he's a menace.
He's reaching for his gun, do you see that?
You don't want to free him? Oh, what's the matter, little dragon? Are you just jealous that no one has ever made an action figure out of you?
Real quick, is there a Spyro action figure?
Well, well, Spyro. Look what I have here. It's a life-size Space Monkey. Ha ha! You've always had a weakness for helping silly little creatures, haven't you, Spyro? Ah, well, I suppose there couldn't be any harm in letting him out. Could there?
Woohoo! Yippee! I'm free! Thanks, Spyro. Ooh, say, you ever see a bear dance?
No?
Well, it's your lucky day. Check this out. Quite the dancer, isn't he? Not much stamina, though. Too bad I had a lot more ammo left.
Hi, Daffy.
I heard all about how you've been fighting a sorceress and her armies and kicking all that butt, and I just wanted to say, huzzah! Yippee! Woohoo! Wish you could stay, but my homeworld's been overrun by Rhinox since I've been captured. If you happen to see the sorceress, tell her I'll be giving her dancing lessons real soon. Know what I mean?
You bet.
Later!
The eBay links are hysterical. But thank you, Vigilant. If they're good, Yura? Hell yeah.
Did you see a Rhinoc? I thought I saw a Rhinoc. Ooh, take it from me, Spyro. Never spend a week in a cage. Next thing you know, your whole island will be knee-deep in Rhinocs. Well, gotta go. Mr. Laser Blaster and I have a whole lot of work to do.
Ah, Agent 9, my favorite pupil. Welcome back to my island laboratory. I'm afraid Rhinocs have taken over the entire island. Could you stop them before they destroy all my research?
Oh. Oh, no. Hey, look! Oh, that's actually reversed. Okay, nope, this is... Yep, this is... Oh god, kill me! Okay. We're gonna try this with controller, if it doesn't work, then we're gonna adjust our controller settings for... You know, playing this on a mouse and keyboard. Oh my god, this is so bad. Remember how I mentioned how butter smooth it was playing as the Sarge? Or even, oh god, what's her name? The kangaroo lady. We have left those realms of joy and happiness. Shayla, that's her name.
It'll be just like old times. Try shooting these dummies to get warmed up, but be careful. I think a Rhinoc might be hiding amongst them.
Okay. Yes, this is like recently refrigerated butter. That is a wonderful analogy. I'm stealing that. So I just thought of a wonderful analogy. You know how we like to talk about certain levels of game design and flow and controls as being smooth as butter? Well, then there's something that's hard and stiff and unpleasant, like refrigerated butter, which is an idea I completely came up with myself and should get all credit for. Please send all of the licensing fee checks to lorerunner.com/stoleyouridea.tesla.
vast number of Rhinox are waiting to ambush us as soon as I lower this force field. I expect they'll keep coming until you shoot the red panic button next to the door where they emerge.
It's okay. Hopefully someone else will come along and actually produce, you know, better and more environmentally functional vehicles. And then we can just call them whatever that is bellhammers, maybe? I don't know. We'll come up with something. We'll workshop it a little.
Indicators show that a bunch of Rhinox are hiding behind the display screen. I'll switch on the view pedestal, and you shoot them as they attack. I recommend using your sniper mode.
Why is it the controls are reversed here of what they are when we're not here? Why is that a thing?
Try not to fall.
You know what? Screw sniper mode. Let's just shoot him. Yes, Evo doesn't like good food. I'm not sure why. I hear she even likes pineapple on pizza. That's another thing. I'm not sure what Polish food is or if it even exists, but I'd like to try Polish food someday.
Let's see what kind of shape the machine room is in. I have a feeling the Rhinox haven't been keeping it too clean.
That's a good question, Mr. Ed, but the only indicator we have whatsoever is the fact that the pre-launch was unpolished and unfinished, so... based on only one point of information...
Just as I thought, the machine room is overrun with birds. To target the birds in their nests, you'll want to use sniper mode, then zoom in for pinpoint
No, thank you. Kill the birds. Kill the birds. You know what's funny is the concept of accuracy by volume is a real concept. And it's easy to understand. All you have to do is think about a minigun for a second. Or a rocket barrage.
Nice work, Agent 9. I'm not sure if this is a bird egg or dragon egg. What do you think?
Gee.
Now I can switch the gravitonometric generator back on. I hope no birds got in here.
Well, there's all the birds. God dang it. And we're dead. Hey, Mr. Ed, you want to hear something funny? You used to gain, I think it's about 20% less experience than you currently do in Lotro. That may or may not sound like a large amount of experience loss,
The lab's
but
clear.
think about it.
Smells better in here already. Follow me outside where I expect we'll find some Rhinox wearing armor. You'll need a more powerful weapon to defeat them.
I've heard of cold beet stew, but I don't know what's in it. What's in it? Yeah, let's just say that it used to be an actual effort to get to level 50, I think, to be of a level to start Moria. Which is funny because, well, Vanilla suffered from the exact same problem. For the exact same reason, no less. Oh, I love beets, especially pickled beets. Now, spiced pickled beets, that's where it's at. I feel like I might have actually had that at one point, Euro. You got this, Mr. Red. You can quit any time. I'm just saying.
By my calculations, the bombs in this handy vending machine should be highly effective against armor. Give it a shot.
I mean, if you want to play a relatively mindless MMO that's actually good, I could probably recommend a couple for you. Oh no, I absolutely agree with the texture thing. This is going to sound strange, but I didn't realize how important texture was to food until my sister. Now, my sister enjoys guacamole, but she can't eat guacamole because of the texture, right? And I was like, well, that's strange, but okay, that's understandable. Yeah, there you go. And after she said that, it got me thinking in that direction, right? And so I started thinking about texture in food and realizing how important it is to the overall flavor of it. And I've since adjusted my cooking style to accommodate texture, too. Perfect example. Why do I put tons and tons of shredded lettuce in most of the sandwiches and burgers I make? Purely for the texture, nothing else. It's there to add a little bit of crunch as you're biting through the otherwise soft burger. There's other examples of that, but a lot of people react to certain textures even if they enjoy the flavor, so you gotta keep that in mind.
Just a few more enemies left. You can do it.
Oh yeah, by the way, Mr. Red, I'm sure you know this, but there also didn't used to be a solo mode for any of the book stuff. Do you know how many years after Moria came out before Pax and I finally finished the vanilla story arc?
Thank you very much for saving my laboratory. Now I can resume thinking.
You're welcome. Yeah, it was a minute, Mr. Red. It was a minute. God, I love onions so much. I could eat onions every day. Every minute. Every second. Sorry. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, man. So, this is a couple years old at this point, but the first time I ever successfully made caramelized onions, I was just so happy about it. Just like, oh my god, this tastes so good. And I kind of ended up adding caramelized onions to a lot of things I was cooking. So I got to the second Rohan expansion, Mr. Red. Pax got to Gondor. Now I'm just murdering people who are having fun with their speedboats. or their, what are those things called? I should warn you, Moria's gonna be more of a slog, Mr. Red. I've kind of warned you about that before. If I could live anywhere in Middle-earth that isn't the Shire, where would I live? Bree, so that I could immediately move to the Shire. Is it called Stop Playing the Damn Game, Mr. Red? I mean, in all honesty, there's no place I would want to live in Lord of the Rings. Even the Shire comes with massive provisos, right? So... the answer really is null. Like, I couldn't even properly live amongst the elves, because I'm not an elf. What's wrong with the Shire? No indoor plumbing. Also, I'm a little bit taller than an average hobbit. So, mostly the indoor plumbing, if I'm being completely... oh yeah, no air conditioning either. Okay, is that it? Did we finish it? No, we did not. Where are you? Up? Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Okay, fine. The same problem with the Shire is the same problem with every fantasy setting ever. They don't have modern technology. Air conditioning, refrigeration, and indoor plumbing are probably the three big ones. Unless they have a magical version of that, which some settings do, and it's actually kind of cool when they think about that. So... oh no, absolutely. I'd love to live in the Shire if I had that proviso, right? Like if I could live in a holodeck version of the Shire, done. So, if you could live anywhere in Pokemon, where would you pick? Now, let me think about that for a second. Get my own answer going. Yeah, let's assume mainline Pokemon. To make that simple. Oh yeah, I'd go with a modern town in Pokemon because they have technology, as we were just talking about. Yeah, exactly, Bolt. Like, you get all the benefits of the Shire and none of the detriments. No, for me, the visually prettiest Pokemon game is probably Pokemon Shield. Granted, I haven't played Arceus or Scarlet, so I don't know anything about those. I mean, how's it different from real life, Rex? Well, that's what you do, Holtbolt, is you plan for it, right? You know, it's like, okay, we're about due for the threat of the week, so you take a vacation for a couple hours while they resolve the problem. Then you come back and you have another week of simplicity. That's true, Evo. That's a very true statement. Oh, gosh. Honestly, my knee-jerk answer is somewhere in Alola. But the more I think about that, the more I feel like I would rather live somewhere in not Paris. I don't remember the name of the city, but it's the main city in X and Y. Having actually experienced Hawaii in real life, while it is absolutely too hot under normal circumstances, there's also a lot of tools available to deal with the heat. And the Pokemon universe, of course, has air conditioning. But the ability to literally just go out and take a dip because I felt like it, that would appeal to me quite a bit. Oh, god dang it. So, other suggestions, Mr. Red. There's a game called World of Warcraft. I'm joking. So, I know you like terrible games, Mr. Red, but hear me out for a second. If you want a real chill game to just kind of zone out on and level in and progress in, I would say either ESO or Guild Wars 2. One of those two. I'm not going to recommend STO because STO is not a chill game. STO is a game that sits entirely on the strength of its narrative. And I'm not going to recommend Tor because you saw the Tor run. Oh, me too, Evo. Although, I don't know how to swim anymore. Or, perhaps more accurately, I'm not sure if I know how to swim anymore. I haven't gone swimming since the accident. So, I don't know if that works the same as it used to. Now, let's get the hard part over with first. Oh no, it's fine, Evo. It's just, by coincidence, not really deliberation, I've just never been in a position to swim again since then, so I literally don't know if it's the same or not. Like, it's possible I'll just get right back into swimming and I'll be fine. There it is. Beaches are great if there's nobody else there. Yes, I get it. Thank you. And we're dead. I also I know this is going to sound snobby, but I tend to not like public pools. Mostly because public pools tend to be hair whitening. See, a public pool has to maintain a level of cleanliness for obvious reasons, right? Thing is, that means they have to account for the lowest common denominator. They have to accommodate for every possible person who could use that pool. So, they have to take a lot of measures to keep that pool as sanitary as possible. This is an aircraft carrier. And so, even if it is actually clean, it's very chemically clean, if you know what I mean. Yeah, exactly, Space Cadet. 3-year-olds who can't or don't know how to do better. You know what? I think I'm going to stick with Paris. Luminos or whatever it is. Let's assume that the power outages are dealt with. I'm really tempted by Alola, but I love the idea of living in the big city. Having access to, you know, all those kinds of little shopping mart areas, or trying out the fashion, or just chilling, you know, Feels very Amsterdam, you know what I mean? Remind me which one Unova is, because I never remember their names. The only reason I remember Alola is because it sounds like Aloha, and that's the only reason I know that one. Gen 5? Nah. Why would I want to live in the States? Even the Pokemon States. Like, I've checked out the States. It's cool. We're cool. God damn. I can't believe I recovered from that. Just gonna play it safe for a second. No way. I should probably mention I've been to plenty of decent public pools, but I still don't prefer it. Of course, that means the only option is a private pool, and those are a little pricey. I mean, being completely honest, if you gave me the choice to live in Pokemon and didn't give me a choice of where, as long as it's modern Pokemon, I'm probably going to be happy. That's probably going to be a situation which will put a smile on my face. At that point, I'm just spoiled for specifics, you know? Damn it. Yeah, and I can still travel, or move. I cannot seem to make that. I need to stop going for it. I keep hitting the damn thing. They're straight up pulling away from me. I'm in 5th on lap 2. Exactly. See, Zaloke understands. Anyway, so, let's see. Lord Harrimont added on top of something there. Favorite job in Pokemon, like preferred job is actually a better way to put that, preferred job. What would I want to do in the Pokemon setting? You know, I've thought about that a lot. Probably too much, if I'm being completely honest with myself. But I think at the end of the day, going for the effort of becoming a gym leader is probably where I would go with that. Especially since in many Pokemon settings or words or implications or whatever, gym leaders are governmental officials. They are national leaders, you know. And done? I'm down for that. Failing that, I could literally run for office. That's an interesting question. If I have to pick one type, I'm going to have to pick one of the 3 types I'm rather fond of to pick. So let's say, so we're in Paris, right? We're in X and Y. Does anyone remember which gyms, excuse me, are in X and Y? Which types? Oh yeah, I'd also have to win, which would never happen in real life, but in the Pokemon. That's the real reason Pokemon's better, is because I can actually win an election. I can see the guy in first, so this isn't a completely lost cause. I know there's Fairy, because that was when they introduced that. So I see Ice is already a thing. God damn it, game. So let's go with Steel. I think I'll pick Steel for there. By contrast, if I was going to be down in Alola as a gym leader, I would probably go for Ghost as my type. Ugh, that was actually close. I don't think that hit. I think I'm going to lose. Because 2 of my missiles hit the wall instead of the guy. Because of course they did. Ugh. Yep, I lost by probably about a second. Negative to gameplay. In all honesty, I don't think the monotype is necessary anymore. No, not at all. There's certainly a validity to it. There's nothing wrong with going monotype. But I think we're officially at the point where we could have themed gyms or dual-type gyms or whatever, and it would still work. We have a lot of Pokemon to work with at this point. A lot. Like, arguably too much. I'm going to go for this time. That was a terrible idea. We're never going for that again. Yeah, you could just have a theme of ocean. There's a lot of Pokemon that could qualify as ocean. Yeah, biomes is a good way to do it. So if I was going with a theme, obviously I'd go with the Ice Crown theme. I'm joking, although if you think about it, Ice, Ghost, Steel... You know what you have to do, Ross. You know what you have to do. Oh god, random. That sounds terrifying. How's the gym? Well, depends on a lot of things. What do you mean? Well... I'm still only in third. Halfway through lap 2, I'm only in third. Well, what you could do, for example, Spartan, is instead of Dragon, you could pick Mythical as your type. Which I know that's kind of what they mean by Dragon names, but you get my point, right? And there's a lot of different Pokemon that could slot into such a category. I mean, there's Melodic behind me that would probably qualify. Alright, now I have half a lap to make up an entire position. I don't think I got this. Overtuned problem again. God damn it, game. Yeah, no, I think I failed. Yep, I failed. By almost the same amount as last time, too. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I also love how they are just straight up faster than me in a straight line. By a decent amount, too. was a thing that happened. Oh. Go ahead, Evo. Better than any other side quests I've seen in an MMO, with one exception, Mr. Red. Can you guess the exception? Of course you can. The evasion gym. Oh god. There should be a Rattata gym. Just once. And it's actually a really difficult gym. All the Rattatas are very optimized with maximum EVs and IVs. I'm glad that they finally started adding methods to get EVs and IVs that doesn't involve stupidity or having a walkthrough. Oh yeah, no, that kid would be back, Spartan. Just like he was in, I think, Black and White 2? I forget when. He came back as one of the championship post-game things. I think it was Black and White 2. I could be wrong. Know what was happening there, but whatever. Look at this guy. Right on my tail. Ugh. Negative to gameplay. Holy crap. Oh. Evo asks, do I have a high spice tolerance? I absolutely do. Although, I was going to say it's gone down as I get older, but actually that's not true. What it is my tongue just has more intolerance for everything else. So, like, for example, let's say I have something sour. Simply the act of having something sour will drastically lower my spice tolerance by a huge margin. I think it's weird. But yes, once upon a time, I've actually probably told this story before. I was going to an Indian restaurant with my beloved sister and her husband. And you know how they ask, how spicy do you want your curry? Well, I put it as I wanted the second spiciest they offered. So the actual guy comes out and says, "Are you sure?" Because he thought I was just, trying to show off or being an idiot or whatever, right? So he's like, are you sure? And it was my sister who reassured him, yeah, no, he likes his food very spicy. Dude was like, okay. And ironically, it was some of the best Indian food I have ever had. It was the perfect kind of spice. I know I've said this a billion times. These. But a lot of people don't understand that there's a difference between spice and heat. Heat is something that just hurts your tongue. But spice is something that tastes good. I disagree with that, but okay. I disagree with that too. I disagree with everything that's going on today. Oh, you are, Spartan. Don't worry. I mean, I gotta be completely real. I wouldn't even be going this far if not for the show. But it's always more tolerable when I have people to chat with. It's almost like I like interacting with my viewers. It's weird. This is brand new tech I just thought of. Alright, where are you? Sure, where is he? Where is this jackass? Oh, absolutely, Yura. When I make my own burgers, which I do prefer my own burgers to most fast food burgers. When I make my own burgers, I pretty regularly add jalapenos. Or if I have them, habaneros. Much better. Okay, so, Mr. Red, I know you're not really paying attention, but I was just in the lighthouse. Unless there's a floor even below where I was. Oh yeah, pepperoncinis are also a wonderful thing for burgers.
Where do these flying sheep saucers keep coming from? I just saw another one grab an egg and fly off. This one's super fast, but his saucer is damaged and it's leaving smoke rings. I think I can keep up with them as long as I can make it through those rings.
That does not work that way.
I'm gonna chase him down. I'll be right back.
Oh, I agree. Habaneros are my favorite type of peppers by a huge margin. They've got just the right ratio of sweet, heat, spice. Just,
Where do these flying sheep? I'll be...
My mind works in weird ways. I'm going through this and I'm thinking, man, I'm flying through all these big smoke rings. I'll have a large number 9. Number 2. No cheese. I don't remember the whole thing. Oh, Jesus. Number 6. Extra dip.
That was close. The egg popped out just before the saucer crash landed.
2 number 9s. Number 9 large. Number 6 extra dip. Number 7 2 number 45s. 1 with cheese. And a large soda. For having successfully finished what I believe is the last of the Speedway levels. Thank God. Someone pops into chat. Actually, there's one more. No! That's right, we 100%ed every trilogy. Every trilogy. Wow. Every Speedway across the trilogy. Nothing is as bad as Country Speedway. In fact, Country Speedway is so bad, I'm going to retroactively give it a second negative right now. I'm not joking. God damn it, Sierra Mike. That's true. There's not a lot of gaming trilogies, are there? Let me think about that. There's God of War, Mass Effect. Spyro, obviously. Was there a Jack 3? I believe you. Yeah, I would say Xenoblade counts. I don't think Halo counts. Because both ODST and Reach are still part of the same arc. It's a quintology, right? They didn't really start a new arc in Halo until 4. It counts as a trilogy if it's one cohesive arc, right? Like the prequel trilogy in Star Wars, right? The prequel trilogy isn't a trilogy because it's 3 movies. It's a trilogy because it's 3 movies that are designed to be one arc within a story, right? There's other Star Wars, obviously, but you get the idea. Warcraft I'm not sure about, because ironically WoW is still part of that same story. But they didn't decide that until Wrath, so let's call that one an asterisk. Let's call that one a maybe. Now, you know one that would qualify as Neverwinter Nights. There's Vanilla, the first expansion, and the second expansion. A good question, Yada, but only if it's fun. The 3 Witcher games? I don't know, what do you guys think? Do the 3 Witcher games count as a trilogy? Or, to be slightly more accurate, do the 3 Witcher games follow the same cohesive story? Is really what that's about. Because they don't. it's the problem there. There's some recurring elements, like, for example, the Frost, which was in 1, and then is also, I can't do that, is in 3. And it clearly wasn't designed to be a trilogy, not that that's necessarily a thing. I mean, Back to the Future wasn't designed to be a trilogy. It's totally a trilogy. Oh yeah, Geralt's amnesia also goes away before Witcher 3. I'm sorry, Mr. Red. Was that everything I want to write down? No. I'm sitting here like, there's something I want to write down. Yes, there is. Yeah, the new Hitman trilogy. I agree with that one. Oh, right. So now we need to go do this. I mean, you're right, Mr. Ed. We probably would miss some of these if we didn't. That's always true. It's why we try to do all the content whenever we do anything. We fail at that, but we do still try. Oh yeah, and like it or not, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 are a trilogy. Just because one of those games is absolutely terrible doesn't change the fact that it's still a trilogy.
Hey, Spyro! I'm helping a kid named Handel recover some secret rocket plans the sorceress stole. You know I'm always ready to kick some Rhinoc booty.
Hi, Agent 9. Behind those doors are some pretty scary ninjas. I bet you could use your sharpshooter skills to take them out. Remember, press the attack button to shoot, and use the roll left and roll right buttons to dodge left and right.
Oh my god, is this seriously? Oh god, the controls are wrong, too. Controls are wrong in both control methods. Oh my god, this is gonna suck so hard. Okay, hang on. Apparently not, Valvatrix. Oh, wait, hang on. Nope, still no. Yeah. That's just my life, apparently. Picture it's the pistol. Just the basic pistol. A little more lasery, but still. Oh no, we ran out of music. Oh god. You know what I wish in life, Bolt? I wish I had more mini games in my life. Don't you? Well, I missed something, so hang on. Where's E1, M2 or something? Come on, what do you got? What do you got? Oh, hey, fun fact. Doom's original story is set somewhere around 2022. Example of a game with good minigames. Super Mario RPG. I'm sure I can think of others, but that's the first one that comes to mind immediately. Oh yeah, Yakuza. Good one. Good one. Yeah, I just wish... I wish I was ripping people apart with my bare hands to this music, you know? Is that so much to ask? You know, I'm not sure. Hardboiled one. I'm not sure the timeline. I'm either missing a gem here or missing a gem outside. I'm not sure which it is. What? Oh god. I guess we're not done. Good thing the music's still going. Because I got a request for it. One of these days, I swear I'm just going to download this stupid song. Keep saying that, I keep not enough time for it. That's nice. You know, funny fact, memes and jokes aside, this exact song has quickly risen to be my second favorite Doom song. It's just so perfectly encapsulates what I like about Doom music. By the way, the #1 song, Rip and Tear. Gladiator, specifically. And if I have to get even more specific, my own mix on Gladiator. Because I'm damn proud of that Cordons.
Thanks for rescuing me. You'd better look after this egg before the Rhinox try to blow that up too.
Yeah, I've always considered Doom to kind of be its own thing. I'm missing 5. What do you want to bet they're in here? Doom, I was actually describing this to somebody, I think it was Mr. Red, actually, a while ago. Doom music is designed to be it's repetitious without being boring, which is honestly a lot harder to pull off than it sounds. So I give him credit for it. It likes to do layered, almost harmonies, no actual melody at all. Just doing a harmony and then layering something else on top of it, and then transitioning to something else, and then transitioning to something else, and so forth and so on, kind of forever. And it just sort of loops around itself like that, without ever really changing the base of the song. It's a fantastic way of doing music, and again, tremendously hard to pull off without literally making the music sound boring. There it is. Booyaka. Okay. Oh god, where was the sparks thing here? I don't actually remember. Oh no, we've got a whole other world left, you whisper. A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view.
Princess.
I mean, Hunter's gonna tell us no, and where to go. Something about a sheep? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh god. I can't even think of SMT4 music off the top of my head, and I have a pretty good audio memory. I might have been playing on mute? But I don't remember, like, any specific reason for that, so... I will say Persona 5 music sounds very unique. Does that count? Do I get partial credit for that? Listen, I think we can all agree Hunter doesn't deserve Bianca. Ironically, even though I've played Persona 4 and 3, I have no memory of the songs from those games either. Sure, we'll go ahead and say it's vetoed, Rex. I'm comfortable with that. I don't think anybody's actually donated for it, and it's not on the veto list, so yeah, we'll call it functionally vetoed. If you donate for it, then I'll practically veto it, so the same deal anyways. Also, I'm told it has some performance issues, which sucks, if it's true. I mean, the SMT series is one of the more clear-cut examples of coffee for me. I get that it's a beloved franchise, and I even get why. It's just, it's really not my thing. Damn it, random. At least donate for, like, I don't know, something. Speaking of which, I haven't heard your answer yet, unless you were trying to get both games streamed, random, in which case, raise eyebrow. But, oh god. I didn't realize it was a slime boss. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus. It's that frickin' manta ray from Mario Sunshine. Okay. I mean, it is your call, Random. That's the nature of it. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Hang on. Okay. I think that lack of sleep thing last night started to catch up to me a little bit here. I was thinking we could definitively say there's no way I'm beating this game today. I'm not going to be able to 100% the rest of the game in an hour. There's no way. Sorry, Yura. Sorry.
You did it, Spyro! You found enough dragon eggs for me to unlock the portal! Once I've opened it, you can confront the sorceress whenever you're ready. But be careful. She'll be expecting you.
So, you're a bunny, right? What's up with your claws? Do bunnies have claws? Asking for a friend. Huh. Who knew? No, Holy Grail buddies have teeth. Very different. Unless their teeth are on their hands, in which case that's another new thing I've learned today. Oh my god. That sounds like a terrible, wonderful way to make a character, Sierra Mike. That's true. I wonder why the rabbit's tail is considered the lucky part. Get a rabbit claw. So hold on. I think I'm just getting used to the controls, Yura. Is it a rabbit's foot? God, I don't know. I am apparently even more tired than I thought. Well, I got this amazing new T-tag, Eva. However, I'm afraid I can't show it to you. Until you finish the Dabble Rewrite portraits, of course. At which point your payment shall be transacted in due course.
I wouldn't want to go back in there with all those creepy spiders.
So, I guess I just have the power-up? I figured maybe if I talked to her again, she'd give it to me, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, where did that come... Does anybody know where the rabbit's foot thing comes from? In Evening Lake? Sure. Well, they're diggers, right, Yura?
saw that giant stingray? I thought you were a goner, Sparks. But you sure showed him. And now the magic from the egg has made you even stronger, allowing you to take one more hit for Spyro.
I mean, that's cool, but why did I have to talk to you to get that power up? That's whatever. I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it. Moving on. Desert Ruins. Already got Haunted Tomb, right? Yep. Crystal thing. We already did the Speedway. Thank God. No, I already got the range increase. I guess there's only 2 upgrades? Instead of 3? That's strange. Whatever. That's very strange, Space Cadet. I wonder why, Sierra Mike. It's almost like a major expansion just dropped. Or is dropping. I forget where we're at with that. You can tell how much I am not really in the WoW cycle anymore that I don't even know when the expansion goes live. Oh, I'm sorry, Evo. I didn't mean to delight you with amusing YouTubery. Ah, gotcha, okay. That makes sense. Oh, Dragonflight's already live. Woo. It might not be crap. Probably is, though. I mean, if that launch was any indication, jeez Louise. Not as much as I'd like, Yura. I played enough of it to buy it and be like, yeah! And then I quickly discovered, so I was actually doing a playthrough of it while I was exercising. I used to do Switch games while I exercised. The thing is, that game is motion sensitive. I don't know if you're aware of that. And while you're like moving your arms around a bunch and walking around a bunch, it's kind of reacting to that. So I couldn't actually play that game while exercising. So unfortunately, I've never really beaten Toad's Treasure Tracker. I do hope to play it through it someday. Donate now! Sorry. What I was trying to say is I'm going to probably dump a bunch of Dealer's Choice on that someday so I can actually play through it. Oh, that's cute. A lot of guns in this world. Yeah, no, I did. Is it even on the list right now? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a Switch game. It's streamable. But... And I already own it. Whoa, Jesus. Okay, now you've just got underwater guns. You're getting ridiculous, game. Okay, got it. Oh. Oh. Oof. Thank you. Got it. I will put that down. I'm trying to think of the memeiest game I can think of, and I can't think of anything. Meme Run. There we go. See, I actually have a completely separate list which isn't publicly available. It is these are the games I want to try out. Sorry, let me walk that back. Back a second. I have 2 lists that are not available publicly. One is these are games I want to stream someday. And the other is these are games I want to try out someday. And I do plan to kind of dump some Dealer's Choice on that some year, when the Dealer's Choice list isn't quite so large, and when there is no Walker queue. I think we could go memeier than that. Let's see here, Mike. We can get really memey if we try. Anyway, so then Spyro was shot to death. Oh my god. I don't know about you, every time I shoot someone I say, "Hi-ya!" Just to really get across the impact of what's happening with the gunshot. You know, I was thinking about collect-a-thons. And I was trying to think of, like, what the worst collect-a-thon stream would be. I came up with an answer. Anybody want to hear it? Donkey Kong Country 64. Can anybody here tell me? Actually, hang on. Let me just restructure that question. Anybody here? Good night, Arcade. Have a good one. Who hasn't played or isn't familiar with Donkey Kong 64, please guess how many collectibles you think are in Donkey Kong 64. $600. Ooh. 1,000. Okay, that's ridiculous. 20. A little low, but, you know. See, we got guesses all over the range here. There are a lot. In fact, to this very day, it holds the world record for most collectibles in a game. That record has yet to be challenged.
So that's how my prisoners keep escaping. Here, take this dinosaur egg away before it hatches and causes more trouble. I think it must have been the runt of the litter, though. Jump in, Jehoshaphat. That's the cutest looking dinosaur I ever did see.
$3,821. Now, you might be thinking, but Lord, you already have more gems than that. Yeah, but most of these gems aren't worth 1 gem. They're worth 2 or 5 or 25 or 15 or whatever. there are, whatever number I just said, individual collectible items. So imagine counting how many actual gems there are to pick up. And that's the number you're looking at. Category of collectibles, it's still a pretty high number. I forget the number of that one, though. I'd have to double check something to figure that one out. But it's a lot. It's a lot.
One of them dinosaurs threw an egg down this flooded mine shaft.
Not again.
I'd get it back for you, but I ain't such a strong swimmer. Ow!
What is this, Star Fox?
That was some mighty fine swimming, young dragon.
But yeah, what Baron is saying in chat is how Donkey Kong 64 has such ludicrous levels of collectibles. Because... like, imagine... So we've got the multiple characters this one, right? We got Sheila, and we've got Spyro, and we've got all the other people whose names I can't think of. Imagine if, for a moment, that in order to 100% this game, you had to do every stage 100% on each character, because the collectibles were different for each character.
The sheriff promised me I could be a deputy, so I'm off to help clear out all the dinosaurs.
If you just calm down for a second and stop all that whooping and hollering, I could tell you what's going on. The Bailey gang are holed up in them buildings over there. You're gonna have to go in there and flush them out.
Hang on one second. Let's see what the speedrun's like for 100%. Ugh! The current world record for 100%, excuse me, 101% for Donkey Kong 64 is 5 hours and 10 minutes and 47 seconds.
Well, good luck to you.
I don't know, Zillow, but I bet you can figure it out. So now we've got a, what do you call this, a rail shooter. Oh yeah, I don't even want to think about how long that would take, you know, non-speedrun, non-world record pace. And we're dead. Rail shooters that I enjoy? There are several arcade ones that I enjoy if I have infinite credits. Infinite lives, essentially. I'm not gonna click that. That's just... I'm not gonna pause the game, Alt-Tab, go look at it. What the crap, Alpatrix? What makes Crash so damn long? 30 hours. Oh. And that's how long to beat, whose numbers are usually extremely inaccurate, too, so it's probably worse than that. Anyways, Jeez. Now I find myself wondering, what's the worst Collect-a-thon out there? No, it makes perfect sense. You just have to give 110%. It's all very logical and arbitrary, and I'm kind of with you on that. It's doubly irritating in a game where the point is to get everything. So getting more than 100% just kind of prevents the player from knowing how much more they need to get. I still haven't played Ukulele, and honestly, I probably never will. So I can't speak to that one. If Bubsy 3D counts, then yeah, Bubsy 3D would be the worst. Okay.
If you just...
I mean, it's like I like to say. It's the cheating answer, but it is still the truth. Honestly, a lot of early PS1 and N64 games have the seconds and minutes problem. In fact, I think that's when I first came up with that concept. Jesus Christ, Valvatrix. That sounds awful. The best part, though, Jaron Dauphine, is nobody gives a damn about Secret of the Stars, so no one's going to argue that it's the worst game I've ever reviewed. Because nobody cares enough to argue about it. I did it. I beat the system.
I don't know why the Bailey gang was trying so hard to steal this egg. That's not like them at all. I reckon someone must have put them up to it.
No, Baron. That's a common misconception that has absolutely no basis in fact. I should probably mention that Collect-a-thons in general were kind of on their way out anyways by the time Donkey Kong 64 came around. And so they just kind of drifted into niche instead of mainstream. Because Collect-a-thons kept coming out after DK64 and continued to do so for quite a while. Hell, A Hat in Time kind of qualifies. Yeah. Okay. That's a good question, Space Cadet. As a reminder, I plan to review Ride to Hell Retribution someday. And I will not be kind to that game, because that will be a familiar run, which I know doesn't mean anything to most of you, but it means a lot to me. The more familiar I am with the game, the more thorough that review will be. I've always felt most 3D Marios shouldn't be called Collect-a-thons, but that's admittedly getting into a definitions argument, and you know I hate those. And we all know dungeon crawlers are the worst. While we're on the subject. Odyssey is closer to a collect-a-thon than most Mario games get. But most Mario games like 64 or Sunshine or Galaxy or 3D World, I wouldn't call a collect-a-thon. To explain, since I brought it up, to me, a collect-a-thon is where the primary gameplay loop is all about the collecting. That's the goal. That's what you're after. That's what you're here for. That is the main content. Successfully defeating a level is kind of ancillary on top of all that. By contrast, most of the 3D Mario games, the focus is on the level. You're trying to get to the star at the end, or you're trying to beat the boss at the end, or whatever, right? That's the goal, is beating the level, like a Mario game. Odyssey is a bit different in structure, and therefore I could acquiesce to that pretty easily. Oh god, Bragwin, don't remind me of that nightmare. Why did you remind me of that nightmare? We're not friends anymore, Bragwin. Okay, that's obviously a lie, but... unless it's not a lie? Sniffle, sniffle. But no, I think there's a value in a collect-a-thon. Especially since collect-a-thons have a tendency to be chill games. Most collect-a-thons, obviously not all, tend to be just games you can just sit down and just kind of, you know, relax, gather a bunch of stuff, you know. And then there's Banjo-Kazooie. But anyways, so... where are you taking me? Yeah, exactly, Space Cadet. And again, there's no insult intended. There's obviously a lot of thought and design that has to go into a collect-a-thon. Especially since it's very easy to screw up making a collect-a-thon, see Bubsy 3D. Or arguably Donkey Kong. Where did I get this one? How do I get... I mean, other than the identity thing that I've talked about many times, Evo? I don't know. People lacking social graces and ability to interact with other humans on a regular social level would be my best answer to that. Alright, I'll take a hint. Let's push through this. How do I get through this stupid barrel? Or around the stupid barrel? Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Jernduff. It's the same thing with sports teams. Some people will just root for a team that's different than your team, and you could have a reasonable, logical discussion about it. They might even be upset that your team beat their team, but, you know, it doesn't stop them from being friends. And then there's the other people. The other people suck. Oh, that's a blind jump. Jesus. What am I missing? How do I have 702 of 700? Whatever, we're done. Moving on. We probably have enough time for one more level, so... let's do this one. So, everyone attaches different things. I think you're right, Pillars. Still says 702. That's funny. People like to attach things to their identity, their sense of who and what they are. Now, that can be a lot of different things for a lot of different reasons. Earlier today, I mentioned that my hair is something that I would consider part of my identity. But some people like to attach their identity to things like games, or franchises, or whatever. And if you then decide to like or dislike something that is part of their identity, they take it personally. A Star Wars fan is who I am. Therefore, if you don't like Star Wars, then you are giving an insult to me because you are trying to cut down something that I identify with. Sense make? No, I have not, Ross. I don't mind answering that. I sincerely doubt that'll ever happen.
Yet another daredevil adventurer has come to rob our catacombs of loot. Let's just hope you're made of tougher stuff than the last guy. If you can survive the trials of our catacombs and answer my riddle, we will give you a prize befitting your efforts. Here is my riddle. I am a vessel without hinges, lock, or lid. Yet, within my walls, a golden treasure is hid.
A skull. Think about it. It's a vessel. No hinges, no lock, no lid. And yet, golden treasure. It's your brain. Think about it. See, that's just obvious. That's a snake. Yeah, I know it's an egg. I mean, even if I didn't get that immediately, the fact of the matter is, the reward for completing anything is an egg. That's what we're after in this game. So of course it's an egg. I mean, that's the 3 legs, 2 legs, 1 leg riddle, right? Which the Riddler's version of is extremely messed up, by the way. I highly recommend you don't look it up. The Riddler. Batman villain. It's specifically from Batman Arkham Asylum. It's part of his audio diaries in that game. mean, if someone wants to recite it in chat, I forget the exact specifics, which is why I'm not reciting it. God dang it. Do not like these enemies much. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I didn't know you could kill him. How do you kill him, Mr. Ed? That... really? Okay. All the things I would consider a bomb, some random yellow something. Not something I would have listed on that list, but here we are. No, yeah, I tried stomping, or rather dashing, I tried firing, and then I tried getting behind him and nothing worked, so I just kind of gave up on that. Do you mind? That wasn't the full quote, though, Baron. Because the psychiatrist he's talking to reacts to it. And then he says something else in reaction to that, and I forget what it is. But it just makes it even worse, really, so. See you around, Yada. That was it. That's horrible. How could you joke about that? Easy. It's not my baby. Yeah, Eddie has issues. I know. Shocking. He should probably be shot. Or executed, rather. rather. Well, Pillars of Snow, I'm afraid we're gonna have to rescind your baby license. Yeah, they really thought about the audio diaries in Arkham Asylum. Not like they did in the other ones, but they really thought that stuff out in Asylum. Of all the Batman's rogues together, who least deserves to be in Arkham as opposed to regular jail? The Carpenter! Look her up. Condiment King. Oh my god. Now, Calendar Man, he's just a straight-up serial killer. And there's nothing fancy about him. He's a serial killer. He should be executed. You know what? Fair enough, Pillars of Snow. I could see Penguin. Cobblepot it varies a little bit. That I disagree with that. Depending on the canon. Oh my god, where am I? Okay, I know where I am. That collision is wrong. God, this music is drilling into my brain so hard. Must be level. Must get on with it. I've been thinking about it. I don't think I'm going to give this game a Music Plus. And not just because of the song that's currently playing. Although, it is a contributory factor, obviously. I mean, yeah, it's I suppose we could try to give a plus in a negative situation. That's not exactly a terrible idea.
Managed to survive the trials of the catacombs. Now let's find out if your wits are as quick as your feet. Do you remember the riddle? I am a vessel without hinges.
A bandicoot!
Sorry, Dragon. That's completely wrong. You can try again, but you'll never get it by merely guessing. I see you. I am a... Sorry, Dragon. I see you. I am a... Have you heard that one before? I never thought you'd get it. Very well, a bargain is a bargain. You may have the dragon egg that I was guarding from the sorceress. I've waited 7,000 years for someone to solve that riddle. Now I can finally head off the seashell shore to bury some bones.
Uh-oh. I was not ready. I was not ready. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Ugh, yep.
One of those dogs with the funny hats put a curse on me just because I shot him in the butt a couple times. He said he turned my tail into a snake. Does it look like a snake to you? It does feel kind of funny, come to think of it. Oh, boy, that dog's gonna pay.
Okay.
Behind this door lie the 5 deadly trials of King Rover. No one has ever survived all 5. In fact, it is so dangerous that I cannot let you through this first door unless you're able to solve my riddle.
Good night, Gregoris. You have a good one.
Here's the riddle. I follow you wherever you go, but the more of me you take, the more you leave behind.
A giant lizard.
I'm sorry, my simian friend. Behind this door, here's the riddle.
What?
Behind this door, here's the riddle. I follow you.
Oh. Wow, you can tell I'm really tired because I misread that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh god, I can't. We're kind of stuck in top down here. Oh god. Okay. Okay. This is life now. Ugh. Okay. Yes, Pillars of Snow. I think they all will. Starting with Scott. And then, actually, okay, real talk. I bet you the people who are the most expensive salary-wise will die first. So I suppose that'd be Michelle Pfeiffer would be first. Then Douglas. I'm actually not sure Blades Revolt, but either way, those two are definitely the first two who are going to die. No question. You know, this reminds me of the old GTA games. I love trying to do something that involves being able to look in front of me, while not being able to look in front of me. You ever try to do a race with a top down? Yeah, pre-GTA 3. You're right, this is actually pre-GTA 3. I didn't even think about that. We're a few years out. Hey, did it even throw? It did, okay. Ow. Okay, what? Oh, that's bad. Wow, that is unnecessarily awkward. As God intended. Come on. There you go. Good night, Fife. Have a good one. What's the other one? There it is. You know one thing that 1 definitely has over 3? The little dragon animations at the end of each level. I'm afraid not, Evo. Anybody who does not meet my strict requirements must be destroyed for the greater good. How do you make that turn? Sorry, Evo. You must give yourself over to the Prussian side, or it will all be over for you. How do you make that turn? Okay, we're just gonna die here for a minute while we try to figure out what we're allowed to do. We can't jump, I already tried that. We tried pulling back. This is me, I was pulling back last time, too. I think we may just have to start the turn really early like that. Nope. Okay. This is probably something really obvious, because it always is. It's always something stupid and dumb. Let's try a different strat. Let's try leaning forwards instead of back. Hi, Craven. Alright, hang on. We can do this. We've got enough lives left to throw at this stupid thing until we figure out what it wants me to do. Okay. So we're gonna go way hard on the light and then go immediately in. Nope. Okay. Anyone want to Google this one before I actually run out of lives on this nonsense? Sure, we'll glide. And immediately hit the ground. Okay, hang on. I've got an idea, Ugh. That's so stupid! Alright. So, what am I missing? Oh, jeez. Okay. Gotta be a portal I missed somewhere. Other than the portal I already did. But I don't remember where such a portal would be. Does anyone know where such a portal would be? This? Did we already do this? Maybe we didn't do this. We might not have done this one. Hey, let's find out. Hey!
The first round of the annual demolition hovercraft competition is about to begin. There is room for one more contestant, but you'll have to answer a riddle to qualify.
Okay.
The riddle is this. If one dragon can lay one egg in 12 years, how long would it take for 100 dragons to lay 100 eggs?
12 years.
Very impressive. That is correct. Good luck in the demolition hovercraft competition.
Okay, so we've got straight shot, lob shot, and dodge. Okay. Oh my god. Oh god, and it really is a hovercraft. That's not what I thought you meant by dodging. But okay.
Well, well, that was a fierce battle indeed. Please accept this prize for winning the first round.
I actually tend to dislike gotcha riddles. It's a really common type of riddle, and maybe that's part of what I don't like about it.
To the championship round. My, such a brave reptile you are. But you'll need much more than bravery to win the championship.
Sure thing, Cam Clark. I mean... Brother! Poison Ivy varies in how sympathetic she is. Sometimes she's really messed up. And other times she's a straight-up eco-terrorist.
You may not mock.
In the traditional sense of the word, aka plants and animals are more important than people. Eco-terrorist. Which, not a big fan of that mentality, believe it or not. So I think Spyro took off the way it did for two reasons. Reason number one is actually fairly self-evident. It's on the PlayStation. The PlayStation was a bonkers machine for a reason, and so the PlayStation tended to move units. To be, and I don't mean to sound unkind by this, but a lot of games got a lot more traction than they otherwise would because they came out on the PlayStation. Especially the ones that came out early. The ones who capitalized... Oh my god. The ones who capitalized on the PlayStation.
You may now.
And Spyro was relatively early in that. The other reason I would say is because Spyro 1 is actually a pretty competent collect-a-thon. In an era in which collect-a-thons were not only popular, but selling pretty well. And there's probably one... Oh, well then, I have no idea, Pillars of Snow. I thought Spyro 1 was early. Oh, my bad. In that case, Spyro 1 got popular because the creators made a deal with the devil. They actually ripped out their own hearts and then ate them in front of a giant, like, stupid, ugly thing that, you know, demons like to like. I don't know why demons like that stuff. They're just weird. And then the demon was like, yeah, no, sorry, actually, we just kind of wanted you to, you know, sign a contract like a normal human being. And the creators of Spyro were like, and that's why Spyro became popular. Any questions? I mean, honestly, 98 still sounds like early PS1 to me, but that's getting into drifting and release eras and just other stuff I don't feel like talking about. So I stand by my statement about early PS1. The last thing I was going to say is I imagine Spyro was a popular gift from parents and grandparents to their kids. You know why? Because it was safe. No demons, no occult, no magic, no D&D, no nothing. I don't know about how that works in other countries, but I guarantee you that a game with a cute little dragon on the cover that's about a dragon running around getting gems would probably would generate sales that other games wouldn't, even regardless of relative quality. Now, I don't know how many sales that would translate to, but I guarantee you it's at least a few.
You're the first dragon to win the competition in over 1,000 years. I proudly present you this year's grand prize.
I know, right, Sierra Mike? Hey, 100%. I mean, I've talked before about the power and impact of having a good cover. In fact, I've shown my work on that before, because I've discussed the Mega Man series at length. And in case you haven't watched that, first of all, please go watch the Mega Man series. I did a lot of work on that. But second of all, the Mega Man 1 cover was terrible, and Mega Man 1 sold here in the States, and sold terribly. The Mega Man 2 cover is nice, bright, colorful, and safe. And guess which Mega Man sold bonkers well here in the States? Granted, cover box art isn't as important as it used to be, but at the same time, other things kind of follow the same direction. If you go and image search certain games, or if you look on, like, Steam, you know, the primary image that'll show up on Steam or whatever, there is still a degree of box art design that goes into it. Whether that's good, bad, or in between, who knows? So I'm going to check something super quick, don't mind me, before we cut off for the night. Sure, we'll do this. Let's see, so we've got Crystal Islands, Desert Ruin, Haunted Tomb, Dino Mines, Speedway, Lab. Yeah, actually, it looks like this is all the levels, not counting the ones that'll be unlocked when we go to beat the game. Turok. I mean, there's plenty of examples of that, but yeah, that is a good one. If you don't know what we're talking about, go look up the N64 cover of Turok sometime. Alright, so... one moment, please. God, I'm sick of this song so much. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah, right? That's a cover. It's an effective cover. It catches your attention immediately, and it even indicates a little bit of what the game is about. Turok Dinosaur Hunter. Now, it's a bit misleading if you've ever played Turok, but you can see how that would generate sales, and Turok did sell reasonably well. Enough to get a franchise going, certainly. One moment. So we just did the Haunted Tome. Dino Mines, that was the other one. Yeah, then there's Lufia 2's box art. Oh, don't get me started. I wonder. Hang on. I wonder if we pull up. Give me a second. 3, Evo. Despite the negatives showing up at the end, 3 is definitely my most enjoyable. This is about as useful as a tech bow without a sniper. Okay, Cadbury... cream eggs. Bulk. What do we got? I could buy 48. I don't know if that really qualifies as bulk. Do you think 48 Cadbury cream eggs counts as bulk? Oh, here we go. Nope, that's still 48. Why are these all 48? I want more. More! Oh, mini eggs? Oh, well, I'm afraid that we can't be friends anymore, but let's just know. I'm going to have you executed for violation of the Not Liking Cadbury Cream Eggs Act of 1347. Let me update the HUD a little bit here. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're probably going to finish the game. So I hope to see you there.